Down front, eyeball, we'll get this thing rolling if we can.
Was it up here?
Find something worthwhile. Let's see where we can set up.
It's clear down here.
Yeah, why don't you try it right there? We'll try to take first and just see how this is coming off. Got our info?
Yeah, it's got you.
All right, here we go. Hello out there, I'm Walter Crankcase, and we're here at First Christian Church, Greensboro, North Carolina, where we will be talking with some of the key people who are involved in this special celebration. How's that?
Good sound check,
Mike,
yes.
all right?
Pardon me.
Okay, one more, listen.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, I beg your pardon, yeah.
What's going on here? We're having a rehearsal and you've come in and interrupted our rehearsal.
Well, let me introduce ourselves here. I'm Walter Crankcase. This is my cameraman, Eyeball Leatherman.
Nice to meet you.
We're here, we heard there's a 75th anniversary or something going on here, and we came in to
yes,
do
it
a
is.
documentary.
Yes, it is, and we're very happy to have you here. I'm Milton Boone. I'm the minister at this church.
Very good.
And I'm directing the pageant.
Oh.
So you folks feel free to take any pictures you'd like, and if you need some help from me, just let me know, and I'll be glad to help you in any way I can.
Well, thank you very much. That's all we can ask.
Well, by the way, you may want to speak to these people right here. This is Etta Nunn.
Etta Nunn, Walter Crankcase. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, I'm so pleased to meet you. I'm Etta Nunn from Wilson, North Carolina.
Wilson, North Carolina.
Yes,
Are you getting this all right,
Yes, this
Eyeball?
is good.
I'm the state secretary for the Board of Missions
Oh, very good.
for the state of North Carolina. And I've been working here with these people in the Greensboro church, helping them to get organized, you see.
Very good.
They're wanting to start a Christian church.
Good.
But the women have already organized a Ladies' Aid Society. They are doing a wonderful job. They are working diligently to raise money for their church and for the Board of Missions.
Very good.
And we're having a rally today. We're having a rally here in Greensboro with women of many different denominations.
Outstanding.
They've all come together, you see, because we have been working cooperatively to spread the word of the Lord amongst in the field of foreign missions.
Very good. Very
But I run on, so I want you to meet my friend, Miss Miller.
Miss Miller.
Louise
Well,
Miller, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Very good. Well, what brought you here?
I'm with my friend Etta for the rally.
All right. And?
Hi, I'm Dr. Jesse Caldwell.
Well,
I'm president of Atlantic Christian College. Speak to these women today at the rally.
Very good. Do you come often?
Oh, very often. I'm a regular visitor and minister here at Greensboro Church.
Very good. Very good. Well, who are those people?
Oh, Mr. Crankcase, this is the Ladies' Aid Society of the Greensboro Church.
Get a good picture a little bit. Let me come up there and see what's going on. Tell me, ladies, what's happening here?
Well, we're having a bake sale to raise money for the missions, for the Ladies Missionary Society, and a rummage sale, and we do this every single Saturday.
Every Saturday.
That's right.
And the purpose of this again?
It supports our missions overseas.
Very good, very good. You ladies have anything you'd like to say for the camera?
I'm Minnie Ford, and we just got some wonderful cakes and pies.
We've done real well today, too. We've just about sold out.
Well, who's this young lady down here?
I'm Cuba Seaborn.
Well, turn around and let's get your picture on the camera. What's your name again, honey?
Cuba Seaborn.
Well, what do you do here?
Oh, I come every Saturday with my mom to the rummage sale.
Good. Do you sell also?
No, I just bake brownies and cake for it.
Well, do you have some up here?
Yeah, that's mine.
Will you save it for me?
Maybe.
Well, good. It's good to see.
Mr. Crankcase, I have someone down here.
Excuse me, I'll be right around, yeah.
Okay. This is Mr. F.L. Atkinson, and he's one of the charter
Good
members.
morning. Walter Crankcase.
How
It's
are
a
you
pleasure
today?
to meet you. Fine.
to have you here.
Well, now, just who are you?
I'm the superintendent of the Sunday school.
Superintendent of the Sunday school?
Yes,
Well, where do you meet?
We meet at the old YMCA building, but they're building a new building at McAfee Hall, soon to be, or eventually going to be the Mayfair cafeteria.
Well,
We have
very
69 members. We're very proud of that.
69. And you don't even have a church yet?
We're working on it though.
Very good, very good. And he's the gentleman back there.
That's some of our board of directors.
Oh, really?
Why don't you come around, let me introduce you.
Okay.
Can you believe how terrible the war is? That's something else.
I hear that today wasn't long as
John King, how are
Yes,
you?
David Trent,
Oh, Mr. Trent.
Oscar Lee,
Oscar Lee.
Tom Reed.
Tom Reed. Yeah.
Harold Seaver.
Harold Seaver, yeah.
Excuse me, I need to call this meeting to order. We're having an organizational meeting here.
Do you mind if we get a little bit of that on
Sure,
camera?
sure.
You just go right ahead now, Bill.
This meeting is, we're trying to organize the church, and we have a motion already, and it's been seconded that we have 32 charter members to organize and to start the Christian Church of Greensboro, North Carolina.
Very good. Yeah.
We've got some plans started over here.
Yeah, Walter, I've got some preliminary plans drawn up here about the church, and what we're looking for now is an architect to take this paper and put it into reality for us. And what we're trying to do is get a low-cost church, okay, because we don't have a lot of money.
It's going to take a lot of money to build a church.
I can imagine.
And we're going to try and raise as much as we can, but I guess if we can't do it, I guess the women will be able to help us out. They seem like they can raise some money.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Come on over
All
here.
right, just a minute. Getting to feel like a yo-yo for me down
I have a couple people working on the committee here.
Oh, yes. Who do we have here?
This is Mr. E.R. Ford.
Mr.
and
Ford, Walter
Kaiser.
Pancake. Mr. Ford, Mr. Kaiser.
Mr. Kaiser.
All right, it's a pleasure. What are you gentlemen doing here?
Well, we're just viewing the new church, the new location for the Elm Street Christian Church here. It's coming along very nicely. It's the walls are up and the roof's on, and
Looks like making good progress.
good progress.
And you're very proud of what's going on.
very, very proud. Yes, sir.
Good. That's fine, that's fine.
Pardon me, gentlemen, pardon me just a minute, please. I'm just an innocent bystander, but I'd like to ask you a question if I may. What in the world is that thing over there?
That's the new home of the Elm Street Christian Church.
Getting this on.
You call that a church?
Well, it may not look like a church, but it's going to be a church when we're finished with it. And
Boy,
besides, a church is really people, isn't it?
It looks more like a house to me than a church.
Oh, it's going to be a church. Very.
Well, that's fine. Let's see, what do we got? Uh-oh, something, let's get this good. What's going on here? Walter Crank case.
Clarence Pierce.
Clarence? Well, tell me about yourself. What is this?
We're newly married in the First Christian Church, the old Elm Street Church. We're the first couple to be married there.
Is that right? Well, congratulations to you. Did you plan to be first, or did this just happen?
But we planned it.
You planned it that way. Well, very good. How did y'all meet? Anything particular you'd like for us to get on camera?
Well, we met discussing the purchase of a new organ for the church.
Oh, really?
She wants one bad,
Well, I can appreciate it. Too bad you didn't have it for the wedding.
but we'll try.
That-a-way. Keep in there.
Thank you.
Mr. Crankcase,
Yeah.
this is Reverend Clyde Darcy. You may want to speak to him.
See, how are you?
I'm fine, Walter. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Tell me, when were you pastor here? Or how long were you pastor here?
Well, I was pastor of this block for 5 years, from 1944 to 1949.
Well, what happened while you were pastor that's notable?
Well, for the main thing, I suppose, is that we decided to build a new church.
Very good. Another new church.
Well, absolutely. You know, that period of time that I was here was right at the end of World War II,
Uh-huh.
and people everywhere were flocking to their churches.
Very good.
We began to be bursting at the seams.
Well, what happened? How'd you get this off the ground?
Well, I never did believe in sending anyone up a tree I couldn't climb myself.
That sounds good.
So I just gave them a challenge.
All right. Tell me about it.
Well, I decided that I had to be a part of this, so I agreed to accept only a livable wage for my services, with the understanding that the rest of it would be put into a pot for the building.
Very good.
And this was on the condition that the rest of the members of the congregation would contribute $5,000 a year to,
And what year was that?
this was in 1946, right after the war.
$5,000 a year was a lot of money.
$5,000 was a lot of money then, it's a lot of money now.
Well, it was a pleasure visiting with you here. Now, let's see.
Mr. Crankcase,
Yes.
you might want to take some pictures of these women during World War II.
It's all right. Let's just pick up on these ladies and see what they might have to say.
We're folding bandages for the Red Cross trying to help the war effort.
Very good. Tell us more about it.
Greensboro has a population that's growing rapidly, and they're planning for a army camp in Greensboro with a $5 million hospital.
That's great, because the population's gotten to be about 80,000 now. Yeah, we will do that.
The servicemen that are attending, excuse me, that are attending our Elm Street church, we form carpools where we pick them up every Sunday and bring them to church.
That's great. And I've had a lot of them come home for lunch with me after church on Sunday, and I think some more of y'all should do that. Yeah, we could do that.
Mr. Crankcase.
Oh, yes.
You might want to meet Bob Jarman.
Bob Jarman. Welcome, Greenboro. Tell me, who are you, Mr. Jarman?
Well, I'm Bob Jarman.
Okay.
Haven't you heard about me?
No, I have not, but I'm asking you, but tell me about yourself.
Well, I was pastor of this Elm Street church for 7 years.
Is that correct?
Oh, yes. I came in June of 1952.
June of 52.
And I stayed on through till December of 1959.
Very good.
7 years.
7 years. And how did your pastorate go? How did you feel?
Well, I'll tell you something else. It
Yeah,
went just great. You know, when I came to this church, when I was called back in 1952, I was greeted by a congregation that was really, really in the work of the Lord. I never saw such enthusiasm. As a matter of fact, they were in the midst of a building planning program at that
Excuse me,
time.
I don't mean to interrupt.
Who is
but
this gentleman?
I don't know.
I'm just an innocent bystander.
I thought I saw him a while ago.
Well, I'd like to ask the question, what is that building over there going to be?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I am. Yes, sir.
It's a church.
That's a
Can't you
church.
see that?
No.
I have never seen a church without a steeple. Why don't you have a steeple?
Friend,
If
my
you don't
friend.
mind, we've got a little interview going on here. Why don't you step
Let's
aside?
be patient. I assure you that there will be a steeple on this church.
I never seen
Just
it.
have patience, have patience.
That's the second time he's interrupted our interview.
Let me do something about him. I can't imagine what got into him.
What's that going on up the stairs?
Well, we were talking,
Oh, all right.
weren't we?
Yes, we were.
We were talking about the church
Yes.
and how great it was doing.
Yes.
You know, in my tenure, we doubled our giving and our budget. And as a matter of fact, we quadrupled.
That's 4 times.
That's 4 times
times.
our missionary giving.
Very good.
I mean, we are a very active congregation.
Well, it indicates that you're a strong leader.
Well, I don't want to take credit for that. We give all of the credit to the Lord for whatever happens, whatever happens.
Very good. Yes.
Incidentally,
Yes.
I want you to meet this young
All
couple
right.
up here.
That's all great. I've just about wore my old Pontiac out.
2 years of driving, huh?
Yes, sir.
7 days a week?
Just about.
Just about. Well, I can appreciate that. She's a very attractive lady. How do you feel about things, Miss Gillespie?
I'm very happy, yes.
Good.
Yes, I would ride the trolley, and Bert would intercept the trolley, and I would ride with him on the way rest of the way. Rest of the way home.
Very good. Well,
Yes.
congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
I hope you have a long and happy marriage.
And we're going to Florida for our honeymoon.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
When are you leaving?
Soon.
Soon.
All right. We will not stand in touch. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to us?
I think that about covers it.
Well, Well, it was a pleasure meeting.
Pleasure meeting you.
Mr. Crankcase, we've got another wedding scene we want to set up here, so with your indulgence, let me go ahead and be setting this scene up.
Oh, that's fine. Go right ahead.
Come on.
Oh, yes. Well, let's see. Let's get a good shot of this.
Okay, you folks, let's see then. Let's get the little flower girl over here so she can get in the picture.
Let's get a nice picture of this.
Okay.
This is a good
All
shot.
right, this is a wedding portrait that we're getting ready to do. By the way, this is Sam and Doris Pierce.
Oh, Sam, how are you? Walter Crankcase. Doris, how are you? Well, tell me a little bit about your courtship.
Well, my parents were the first ones married in the old church, so we decided it's only fitting that we be the first married in the new church.
Well, this had to be planned.
Yes, absolutely.
You couldn't let your parents get away with anything. Yes, I see. Why don't we have this lovely little lady, the flower girl, stand out a little bit here? Can you stand up and Lynn, why don't you come up into the ring bearer and stand a little bit so we can get a good shot of them. You got that all right, eyeball?
Yeah.
Yes. By the way, did you hear the joke about the Jewish rabbi?
He is always clowning around.
I tell you, Sam, we'll see you after we go off the air. Okay? I want to hear that. Very good. You know, at this time now, uh-oh.
Oh, there you are. Are you the gentleman?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm the innocent
I've got
bystander.
something I want to show you, my friend.
Okay.
Do you remember our conversation of some time ago?
I surely do.
And I said, have patience?
Yes.
There it is. What do you think of that?
That is a...
What do you think of that?
Well, that is a nice steeple.
I told you. I told you.
You can see it all over the city of Greensboro, I'm sure.
It's the most beautiful steeple in the city.
I appreciate your coming by to tell me about that.
Very well.
Reverend Boone, before we move on, you know, we just need to take a little bit of break here. I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions. So,
Yes, sir.
you know, when we came in, we had a very difficult time. We had our truck, we had all of our equipment, all of our people. We come up here and there wasn't a single place to park at this place, which really, you know, we're coming in to do this documentary for this church and everything that's going on, and it's most difficult. We had to park a couple of blocks away, haul all that equipment. Then when we get here, the front door of the church is locked. We couldn't even get in. Is this normal and customary of this church?
Well, we had a young man who was minister here who addressed that problem.
Oh, really?
Let me introduce you to Steve Sprinkle.
Steve, how are you? Walter Crankcase. Speak into the mic, will you? Tell me about yourself.
Well, sir, I was the pastor here from August 1979 to May of 1983.
Very good. Did you have something to do with this parking and
Well, during my time as pastor, yes, during my time as pastor, I realized that we had a very inadequate parking and that the doors were on the wrong side of the church because your parking lot was over here and your doors were over here and it was just a real pain to get around to them. So I initiated a fund to get a new foyer and elevator put into our building. That way it's facing the parking lot, the elderly can get up and down the stairs, and everything just worked out fine.
Well, that's great. Tell me, how did you become a minister of this church? You seem like a very young person.
Well, I started at First Christian as an associate minister and youth minister when I was going to Atlantic Christian.
Oh, very good.
And they just liked me so much, they brought me back.
I can appreciate that.
Yes, and while I was associate minister, my best friend and mentor was Howard Gruber, and I'd like to introduce you to Howard.
Oh, Howard Gruber. Walter Crankcase, Howard. And you were the minister here when he was associate.
Yes.
Did you ever have any problems?
You mean in the church? Or
Sure.
Well, when I came here, see, I was here 14 years. I was 75. When I came here, there'd been some political problems here.
Oh, really? Tell me about it.
Well, you know, the Democrats and the Republicans.
We seem to have that continuing.
Yeah. But I decided they had to hear the gospel.
Very good.
So I told them what Jesus said.
And that was?
That was to render to Caesar what belonged to Caesar, and what belonged to God, you render to God.
Very good. And in 14 years, is that the only problem you ever encountered at this church?
No, but it took a while to solve that. We finally got together, and they began to see that when Caesar said vote, the Republican voted that ticket, the Democrat that ticket. We got in the church, they forgot about their politics.
Very good, very good.
So-
Let me, if I might ask you a question, sir. You look like someone I could ask I hope, a question. Carrying along those interesting things, as a minister, I've always found that I see them in the pulpit, I see them in the church, I see them in the hospital making rounds and visiting. Do you really have time for some hobbies?
Oh, well, yes. I took up skiing when I came here.
Very good.
And you see, this is April.
Uh-huh.
But there's snow in the mountains, and I don't have time to change.
Well, you better hustle along then. We don't want to hold you up from your skiing.
We did have another, I've been skiing, I'm home.
Oh, you're home now.
I had a little trouble with the money sometimes.
Oh, you did? Tell me about that.
Well, that's when I talked about giving to God what belonged to Him.
Uh-huh.
And we had a few tithers who gave their 10%, but we had a lot of dribblers.
Uh-huh.
You know, the 1 and 2 and sometimes 3%.
Uh-huh.
And then we found out that 3% was what the average was.
Very good.
We felt that was kind of low.
Uh-huh.
So after a while, we began to work on that. And one of the times when we were working on it, the stewardship chairman said, we think we'll give you a raise next year. I said, that's fine. And then the treasurer said, but we haven't got enough money to finish out our money for the, our outreach.
Uh-huh.
And I said, well, it's not right to give the preacher an increase when you haven't paid your outreach. He said, that's right, forget that.
Well, you handled that problem very well, didn't
So we got that all straightened out.
Well, Mr. Mr. Gruber, it's been a pleasure. I'm meeting so many ministers here, I'm getting them mixed up, but it's been a pleasure interviewing
Well,
you
thank
here.
you, Mr. Crankcase, but you did sound a little bit like Dan Rather.
Oh, really?
I'd rather not answer some of those questions.
Oh,
Mr. Crankcase,
Yes.
I have another minister that I'd like for you to meet.
All right, that's fine.
Come on up, sir.
Wilson, I don't know why you put me on after that fellow. Nobody's gonna pay attention to me.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Walter Crankcase.
Walter, my name is Wallace. How you
Very
doing
good
today?
to see
Glad
you.
to see you.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I was a minister here from 1983 to 1991.
You want to talk to the
Oh,
camera there?
okay. Yeah, I'll be glad to.
Okay.
In fact, I was the last full-time minister that this church had.
Very good. And was there anything special that took place while you were minister?
Well, yes, I think some of the special things, we had increased our Sunday school attendance. We had a very strong youth program, and we started some Bible studies in the home. And since I am on camera, I would like to give credit to, I guess you'd call my co-pastor that I've had all my life is Charlotte. That's my wife. She's out here somewhere.
Oh, very good.
She wrote some very special programs for Christmas and gave me a very good support during my ministry.
Well,
I just want to give her credit for that.
Very good, and it's a pleasure to have you on our documentary.
Thank you very much, Walter.
We'll
Have a
see
good
you
day.
then. Well, Mr. Boone, that looks like it's almost brought us up to date. Do you have any ideas about what may going to take place in the future?
Well, let me let you speak with a person who may be able to address that.
That's good. Where?
Mr. Nibb.
Oh, Mr. Nibb. Walter Crankcase.
Wait, just a minute. Wait,
sir.
Not you again.
I'm just an innocent bystander, but I do have some questions. And I can't figure out something about this church. You know, first thing you did, you built a, what you call a church. It looked like a house to me. Then you came along a few years later and you built a, what you call a church. It didn't even put a steeple on it. And later on you did people, but I don't know why you come up with these crazy designs and now you're talking about another building.
I just don't understand that.
Perhaps, Mr. Nib, you might like to answer that gentleman. He's been interrupting all day long. How
Yes,
about
I-
saying a few words for him?
Yes, I would, Mr. Innocent Bystander. This time, we're not gonna put a steeple on, but we are gonna add to the church. There has been a planning committee, and we've reached some conclusions, and just last Sunday, the congregation voted to approve the concept of putting an educational wing on the church. This week, we've just finished parking lot expansion to solve a problem that's been mentioned. And next Sunday, the board is going to endorse a pledge for the Embrace the Future. There's a lot going on here at First Christian Church. It's an exciting time. The committee also decided to stay right here at West Market Street. They think this is a good place to be and a good place to grow. This is a good, healthy community. It's near Sunset Hills, or it's in Sunset Hills, which is a stable community, and we think there's a lot of evangelistic work that can go on and will go on. In fact, we expect to see so much growth that we'll have to add a second Sunday morning worship service. There's just a lot of things going on. Perhaps you'd be interested. Do you play softball, or would you like to go canoeing on the Dan River, or maybe paint a Sunday school room, or maybe paint some stripes on a parking lot? There's just a lot of choices. And if none of these ring you bell, maybe you'd like to come and help us ring our bells. There's 2 seats left in the choir, and as a matter of fact, we might even let you preach sometime.
Well, I appreciate that, and I will come and visit and check you out. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nib.
Yes, sir.
And now let's wrap this up if we can. After all, we do have a plane to catch back to Washington tonight. Meeting Murphy Brown for dinner, can hardly wait to tell her about the story at First Christian Church, Greensboro, North Carolina. So long, folks. Happy 75th. Come on, eyeball.